Christmas markets, right? So we had a blast. We wanted to stay longer, but with my schedule wasn't able to do that. But like I have to say, like obviously everyone knows for the Bundesliga, like I love Dortmund. My wife loves Bayern, you know. But it's great. It's a great country, man. I love going over there. People are just everyone's just always in a great mood and having the crack, and the glue wine was flowing, you know. So it was a good time. It's a good time.
I've got pages of questions for you. I mean, the fans love you here, as you know. You've been coming here for so many years with these WWE live events, and then I have so many questions from Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Ireland, from all over the world. Are you ready for those fan questions?
Yeah, shoot ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, believe it or not, there are actually a lot of questions about your trip to Munich. And Lara here writes, you've been to Munich recently. Can you tell us something about your trip?
Oh, this was probably the best trip that we've had in years. Like it was incredible. Like um you know, I've always the last every time we go to Germany, we're WWE, so we're under a like tight schedule for we land, we do the show, we get in the bus, and we go to the next city. But we stayed in the city for 4 days, and we had a blast. I think that as I said, the Christmas markets were incredible, and the Marienplatz building was great. Oh, and I also ran into Oliver Kahn on the street.
No way.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to be goalkeeper. When I was playing soccer, I played centre half or goalkeeper. Loved playing goalkeeper, and then in Gaelic football, I play goalie as well, or a full forward. But you know, Oliver Kahn growing up was like such a character in football back then. And there he was, we were just at Marienplatz, and he's just walking down the street past us, and I was like, "Oh, how's it going?" Yeah, big fan. And then, of course, when we're at the game, there's a whole section of the Oliver Kahn fan club as well, up in the corner. So it was amazing. That was probably one of the highlights of me seeing Oliver Kahn. I sent the picture to a couple of guys in the locker room when they were like, the jaw dropped, you know.
I read his book, and he was actually a hero of mine because I think he was more a wrestler than a soccer player because he was such a fighter. He was so tenacious, and he could have been a WWE superstar, I feel.
You know what he had passion, mate. He had passion, and that's in any sport or anything at all. That's what's the most important thing, I feel. And you could see how passionate he was and how good he was. But he just loved what he did, and he loved to win and to compete. So that's kind of like I feel like that's something that's kind of disappearing a little bit. Passion, and I think lately a lot of people get complacent, but you have to have that passion burning is very important. And for me, after all these years in WWE, I was talking to someone the other day, like I feel I'm more passionate now than I was when I started, because someone said, oh, you've done this and that and this, you know, because I've been chasing the IC title for quite a while. And everybody knows it now at this stage, but they're like, well, you know, you've done everything else though. I was like, yeah, but like every time I go out there, I go out there as if I've still got to prove myself. I still have to prove myself every time I walk through the curtain. I still have the mentality where this is day one. There's people who probably have never seen Sheamus, or it's at least the first day watching WWE. So my aim is like from day one, I've always said like every day is day one. Like I still have to prove myself every time. That's why I go out there and I put on the match of the night every night, mate.
You said something in an interview because I listened to a lot of interviews with you in preparation for this talk, and you said treat every match as if it were your first match. Is that a motto that you have?
Yeah, but it has to be. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't rest on what you've done, and that'll take you so far. But after a time, it's just going to wear out. You know, what was it Regal used to say? He said, today's newspaper is tomorrow's fish and chip wrapping. You know what I mean? It's like you have to keep pushing forward, and it's served me really well. And that's why like people are like, oh, you gotta take it easy. And I remember Ric Flair said to me one time, I just came back from that shoulder injury in 2013, and I hit the first match back, I hit the post with that shoulder like 100 miles an hour. And he's like, you're crazy. You just came back from like 6 months surgery. I said, yeah, but just got to get out of the way, Rick. You know what I mean? That's who I am. Just get it out of the way. It's okay. Or it's like, hit it hard. It sucked, but I was like, you know what? It stayed together. It didn't fall apart, so I'm good, you know? Just get it out of the way, get that mental block. But yeah, look, I think it's the same for anybody in any sport or any type of competitor. You have to treat it like it's the first day, because obviously a big football fan or soccer or foosball, and you see it too in there, like lads getting like crazy money and all that, and they just lose their passion, lose their complacency. It's they'll have to name names. I'm sure everybody watching this will be able to point out players at their favorite football club that have that thing. So yeah, that's why I'm still at the top, mate. That's why I'm still grinding out. That's why I'm still having banger after banger, because the passion I have is stronger than it's ever been.
So Bayern Munich, speaking of soccer, football, whatever you want to call it,
Well,
Bayern
that's for
Munich
everybody watching. That's for everybody watching, Sebastian. They'll call it different things, soccer, football, foosball, whatever.
we all speak one language here.
We do.
You spoke about Bayern Munich versus Dortmund, and there are a lot of fan questions about that because people obviously saw you in the stadium. What do you think about the current Dortmund situation? I mean, should an intimidating figure such as yourself become the new coach, perhaps, because they fired Nuri Sahin?
Look, every team, it's up and down for every team. Like I watched the Champions League game between Real and Dortmund. I think Dortmund went up 2-0, and then they just fell apart, and I was devastated. You know what I mean? Like they were doing so well. I just think they need a little bit of structure. Like a couple of goals that went in at the back, they just were looking kind of shaky. They weren't as solid as they normally are, especially when they went. It's kind of sad to see any coach get fired, especially when last year in the Champions League final they were so close. And I was, I see a lot of stuff there. Go Hala Madrid, and all that. And I was like, listen, Dortmund are the underdogs. Like football needs that. Football needs the underdog teams to come through, and you need like Real Madrid have won the Champions League like 16 times or something. It's just ridiculous at this stage. And your hope for these smaller let not say small. Dortmund's a huge club, but you're hoping for these teams to come and rise. And they were so close last year, and then to see the coach, go the way it is now, it's sad to see, But that's football, man. That's the way it is. You got to stay competitive. If you don't, as again, what did I say? Like you can't rest on what just happened. You have to keep moving forward. You can't keep going. Well, we got the Champions League final. It doesn't matter. You have to. It's where you are right now.
Another football question, because so many fans are asking Liverpool-related questions. Will
Sure.
they win the Premier League and the Champions League this year?
I mean, they're in a good spot, right? It's going to knockout stages now, and everything changes in knockout stages for the Champions League. Obviously, I hope they do. I think for the league, it's theirs to lose. And the last couple of games, they haven't been great. Even the Champions League game yesterday against Lille, they were like, but they're in a really good position. I also think like the fact that Man City have dropped off, and then the fact that Arsenal have slipped up as well a couple of times has definitely helped Liverpool's case. It's allowed them to make a couple of mistakes and get away with it. But to be honest, from where they were last year with Klopp leaving and very uncertain about the future, I'm just over the moon how good they're doing. I think every Liverpool fan would have to say that. Like top of the league by like 6 points with a game in hand. It's incredible. But yeah.
Who's your favorite Liverpool player of all time? I mean, I was a Steven Gerrard fan, and obviously Kevin Keegan was very popular here in Germany because he played for Hamburg. But do you have a favorite player of all time?
I think probably all time with John Barnes. I mean, it's all different eras, right? So when I was a kid, John Barnes and John Aldridge and the Irish players, Ray Houghton and Whelan and them. But John Barnes was like, at the time, unbelievably skillful player, great vision. Him and Beardsley together and Aldridge, the three of them were incredible up front. But it just depends on the era. Like that was my era as a kid. Like John Barnes, you want to be as skillful as John Barnes, like beating players, and then of course Gerrard was after that, and now it's Salah. So it's like different eras, but all amazing players that have played for Liverpool.
Awesome answer. Next question is from Leah. She writes, you've been to Germany many times. Do you have a specific moment that you like to remember?
I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Do you still have the lederhosen that we gave you?
Yeah,
that WWE Deutschland gave you?
that was fine. So wearing the lederhosen now was probably me and Cesaro wearing the lederhosen now was probably good fun. We just when I was tagging with Cesaro, aka Claudio Castagnoli, we had a lot of fun. And then because Claudio could speak fluent German, we ended up doing a lot of interviews with people. So I just kept telling everybody that he was sexy. That he tell everyone that when he was in the locker room that he's the sexiest wrestler in WWE, which he just go out like get embarrassed because he said I never said that, but I just convinced people that he did. So yeah, we rib each other all the time. But the later hosting was fun. I still have it upstairs actually.
I met him last month, actually. There is a thing called celebrity wrestling here in Germany, and he was a part of it, and we had a bunch of fun.
But what was that? Who did he wrestle somebody?
Yeah, it's like a professional wrestler and a celebrity in a tag team versus another professional wrestler and a celebrity in another tag team, and it was a bunch of fun. I was doing commentary. I had the time of my life.
Who were the celebrities?
You wouldn't know them. They are German celebrities, you know. But
hey, who was the goalkeeper, lad?
Are you mean Team Visa?
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Those are good times.
What's he doing now?
Ask him. I don't know, dude. Think enjoying his life, enjoying his soccer money. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember so many funny moments that we had together. I remember this moment when we were in this small hotel room and you were auditioning for a movie role. And it was a hotel room in Stuttgart or Frankfurt, and it was late at night. And I was so impressed.
You're making it sound very shady, Sebastian.
No, that's not shady at all. It's a good story because
it sounds very weird and shady. It's not. I don't.
It's a good story because.
What's the hotel room? No, there's for turtles, right?
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, you wrestled like the third or fourth night in a row, killing it every night. I was tired watching you, and here you are at midnight preparing for a movie role. It was so impressive. So 15, I remember that.
It's been like 10 years ago. That was like 15, 16, right?
Oh, easy.
15, 10 years. Yeah. I don't remember any of that. I remember being in the arena and in Miz video my audition, and he was helping me out, but which ended up getting the role, which was cool. But yeah, small hotel room at night. Say Sebastian, what are you doing, man?
This is the PG show. This is the PG show.
I don't remember. No, I just don't remember any of this. But I don't know. Are you sure you weren't dreaming it?
No. It was real. It was real.
You sure? You convinced yourself it's real? Because I don't remember any of this.
Let's get to some.
I got the role. I remember Miz did the last one because they sent me back some notes, and I don't remember what building we were in before the show, and I did the audition. And once after that tour, I had to go to New York to meet the producer, Andrew Forum, I think his name was, and then he just told me that I'd gotten the role, which is awesome.
Happy end.
It was a fun time, dude. It was a fun time.
Here are some Celtic workout stories and questions. For example, this one from Sarah. I want to read it to you. How did you feel the days after the Pilates workout with Maxine?
Horrible. I felt horrible right after. I felt horrible doing it. I was nuts. Like, that was crazy. Maxine is she's an incredible athlete. Like, she's a former cheerleader as well, and she's like unbelievable athlete. Like, she was laughing the whole time. I was hating my life. I think the workout went on for, I mean, obviously shorter for the channel, but I think the workout went on for, Jesus, I'd say an hour and a half. Like, the lady there stretched me for like 20 minutes, and I was like, there's stuff cracking, like my body that hadn't like moved in about 2 decades. So yeah, it was horrible. It was horrendous. It was horrible. It was terrible. But that's what Celtic Warrior Workouts is. That's the whole premise. It's to give people motivation, to show, like, I've been working out my whole life, and it's like to show that there's no real embarrassment, there's no failure. Like, the fact that you're just doing it and trying something new is the most important thing. It's all about the journey, and it's all about inspiring other people to train. And that's why, like, been training since I was 16, but if I'm in situations where I just look like I can't handle it, or where I'm struggling, then, you know, for newcomers or people who are starting out, it's okay. There's no shame in doing the same thing. That's why I use the motto, brave change, because it is a brave change.
I was just about to say. Here's another question right down that alley from Hannah. She writes, is there someone you would love to have on your Celtic Warrior Workouts channel who hasn't been on the show yet?
Yeah, totally. Loads of people. Punk is one. Put that Punk on there. What? What?
I would
You?
love to be a part of the show.
You're not big enough celebrity, man. Punk, Triple H, Stephanie for the crack. Both of them would be cool as a couples workout. I'd also like Jey Uso on his own. That'd be cool. I just did one with Lyra. That's probably the next one that's coming out. I know it may have something to do with DDP and Cody coming up as well. But it's up to you guys, right? So for everyone watching, like, who do you want? You know what I mean? Like, blast these people on Twitter. Like, blast Triple H and Punk and tell them you want to see a Celtic Warrior workout. You know, that makes my job so much easier because when they see their feed and all of you are just like, you know, whoever you want. Like, this is basically, this platform is for all of you to watch. You know what I mean? I see these guys, I see the talent every day, right, or every week. So it's up to all you, you know, if you want Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, anybody, like, just get on their feet, blast them out of it, lash them out of it. And when I go and, you know, present it to them and to do it, it makes my life just so much easier because they're already preconditioned to know that you want to see them do this. Because the platform basically it's a way for, you see your favorite superstars, male and female, working out, so then you can emulate that, and then you can, you know, try and, you know, do what they do because they know, because like everyone has their own special superstar that they love. Roman Reigns is another one. You know, just lash him out of it. Just attack that Twitter and let them know you want them in Celtic Warrior workouts.
You got a great community there.
If you want Sebastian on there, well, I'll see if I can squeeze him in.
Hey guys, go ahead. I was scrolling through the comments today, and it's all so positive. I think for a channel, a big channel, you obviously got 1 million followers. You've got such a great community there. Job well done.
Well, thanks, but like that's everyone watching. I mean, that's all I'm doing is putting the content out. It's everybody who's watching, supporting it. They're the ones who deserve the credit, you know, because they're the ones who like got behind it from day one, and they're everyone watching has put their positive spin on it and giving their feedback, which is great. So that's really good. That's really important. And again, the channel is for them, for the fans. And also the great thing about the channel is, for all the superstars, is that, or for all the fans watching, you get to see a different side of these of the talent. You know, like you get to see your promos on Raw or SmackDown, whatever it is. But the workout just brings out a different side of that person, and you get to see a different side, and they talk about like their own experiences and how they struggled working out and what they've struggled overcoming in their career. So it's a really great way of like just, you know, seeing the talent and who they really are. And a lot of fans have never got a chance to see that. Are we dying down here on look? Oh, the hearts are going down. Be more hearts up there in flames. Flames and hearts are dying down.
Come on, guys, show some love. Show some love for Sheamus.
All right, quick, ask me questions. You're supposed to ask me questions, right?
Torsten wants to know, have you integrated one of your guests' workouts into your own routine?
Yeah, totally. Lyra did some CrossFit stuff with Lyra, and I've integrated that as well. The yoga stuff with Maxine, I've been doing a little bit of yoga once a week. And then, everything I do, like I'm trying to think, there's little aspects now that have been going on for a long time that I do, stretching, like warm-up techniques, different ways of like doing exercises and stricter. And so I've incorporated a lot of what I've done, what I've learned. If I see something that like, oh shit, I didn't know that, I'll integrate it into my workouts.
I love the Jade Cargill episode because it showed me how much I'm neglecting my abs, and she was awesome in that episode. It was really good.
She's not human, man. She's crazy. I've never seen anyone with a physique like that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
She killed me as well.
It showed. Chris wants to know. Chris has a great question here. You've achieved so much in WWE. Was there a point in your career when it became more important to you to enjoy every moment and have fun than to feel like you always had to prove yourself?
Well, with Cesaro, yeah, the bar for sure, 100%. That's when I had the most fun in my career. And then we're doing those tag matches with the New Day as well. That was a lot of fun. Brought me on Michelle because for a long time I was like, when I first started, I gotta be the serious wrestler. I gotta be, but after a while, that kind of gets a little bit boring, and just gets exhausted. And when I was with Tony, Big Dick Tony, BDT, as he likes to be called, it was an eye opener for me. So I just relaxed and had fun, and some of my most memorable moments are like doing ice ice shamey in the ring, and just the pancake stuff and having the crack. I had so much fun. It was like the pressure was off. It was like a different stage of my career.
Awesome, awesome. Sven wants to know, how proud are you about your matches with Gunther at Clash at the Castle and WrestleMania? Besides the results, was it what you expected to be, or did it even exceed your expectations?
No, it was amazing. I knew it was going to be good. I knew we were going to have great chemistry. I love, right off the bat, we've got unbelievable chemistry. He likes to hit hard. I like to hit hard, and we both like to get hit. We both like physical matches. We got match of the year 2 years in a row. Drew forced himself into that three-way, of course. He can't help but just try and like rain on my parade all the time. You know what I mean? To jump on my coattails, as they say. But no, they're incredible matches. And then the thing in Cardiff, I think I talked about it, where the standing ovation at the end of the Clash of the Castle, like I think I said, like I've won titles and everything, and it's great, but like I don't think I've ever felt being as emotional, or felt so much emotion, and being so humbled and so like I can't even think of the words here, but just blown away by the crowd after that match. The standing ovation was something I never really experienced in my career, and at that stage I've been wrestling 13 years on the main roster. It's something I'll never forget. I'll take with me forever.
Dude, that is one of my top 10 all-time PLE matches. And hot take,
Man,
the Clash at the Castle
break it
match
up
with you.
there, mate. Top three,
Top,
top one.
I'd say top 10. I mean, you're in the list with Stone Cold and Bret Hart, WrestleMania and stuff. It's a good list. It's a good list. But I was there live because we were filming that day with WWE Social, and I was done filming. I was done shooting right before that match, and I had a first row seat, hard camera side. And I was emotional because of the standing ovation that you received. It made me emotional because I know how hard you work, and it was such a great match. It told a great story. And hot take, I thought it was a better match than the triple threat at WrestleMania.
I can see that. Did you ask Bret Hart if he liked it? Bret doesn't like physicality.
Well,
I
I
don't
obviously
think I
liked it.
asked Bret actually. I saw Bret after. Bret was like front row too, right? Because they're paying homage, kind of like the first PLE since in Europe, kind of since
SummerSlam
SummerSlam.
'92.
Yeah. So yeah, you should ask him what he thought of the match. It was
No,
too
I
physical.
like to get my opinions by myself, and I have my own list of criteria that have to be, like a bucket list that have to be crossed off. And it had
Yeah.
everything. It had everything. It was for a title. It served a purpose. It had a story. You had the back injury. You had the Rocky story, fighting back, and then your body couldn't handle it anymore. Your heart was in the match, but the body couldn't handle it anymore. And the standing ovation, it was perfect. It was a perfect match. I really have to tell you. Another great match, which is also in my top 10, was the match against Claudio in Indianapolis, I think. I called it ringside. And it is one of the greatest matches that I've ever seen live, and that I have the privilege to call live on the announce desk. It was so amazing. You guys, like, you threw everything at each other but the kitchen sink. It was just a real spectacle. And yeah, I appreciate this experience that night because it was the match of the night. No doubts, no doubts.
Thanks. Like they've seen 7 matches, so we
Yeah.
had 2 matches before that, and then we started the best of 7 on the pre-show at SummerSlam in LA, and people were like, "Oh, I don't want to see this anymore. We've seen it," and because they'd already seen 2 matches, and then we started. So basically, it was 9 matches, and the ironic thing was in the last match, it was like, let them fight, let them fight. Like people wanted to keep going. It was insane. Like You know, people think I had like had the perfect trajectory, but there's been moments where like I've had to fight my way, and you know, uh, Claudio too, fight our way out of like you know stuck in a rut or a pit, you know. But that was our opportunity, and we took it. And then I ended up in gold when we were tagging, which we never really saw coming. That was, I think that might have been Mick Foley's idea actually, to put us together for real. But yeah, it was a great one. Drew stuff with Drew as well. We did one um, in the Thunderdome. It was like Fast Lane before Mania. That was a great one too. We had some great matches. Always with Europeans, mate. You know, the Europeans are the toughest going, fella. Let's be honest.
What can you say?
What
What can you say?
can you say? You know what I mean? It's different. We're in a different class. Like even like let's talk about someone from Germany. Let's talk about Ludwig, right? So Ludwig known obviously to the W Universe, a tag team, and then obviously as the announcing Gunter, and, you know, and holding his coat and all that. And then look what's happened over the last 6 months. Like we had that physical match, and you know he may not be like the biggest guy in the like. I mean, he may not be like look like you know 6'8" or not even that. He might not be like, oh, you know, 280 pounds, whatever, but he's tough, man. He is tough as they come. He can take a beating, and I'll tell you, he can give it as well. So he's shown how tough he is, how physical he is. He's no longer seen as the lad holding Gunter's coat or Gunter's mic. He set himself apart, and he started creating his own path and his own road, you know, and he's definitely started pushing himself out. Even the matches with Breaker as well and me. So he continues to go strength from strength to strength. Second generation German wrestler as well. So
Son of Axel Dieter, legendary guy.
Yeah. So like European, like again, physically, like he's as tough as they come, man.
I have a great question from Daniel. He wants to know, can you say something nice about Ludwig Kaiser?
Didn't I just do that?
I think so. I was really surprised by it. I mean,
Yeah.
are there any other compliments that you can give him? I mean, you said he's not 6'8", he's not
No, I
280
don't
pounds.
mean that. Well, my point was trying to say, like, my point was,
I
like,
know.
he's like, that probably sounds backhand. I don't mean it that way. I mean, like, he's, you know, he's lean, shredded, like, you know what I mean? He's, because of his body type, but he's physical, dude. He's like very, very physical. He's tough, and he can take a beating, and he can give it back, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why I said not 6'8". I'm not even 6'8". So what am I talking about? You know what I mean? I'm 260, but as I said, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so he's as tough as they come. Very, very tough fella, and he's really good in the ring. There's no doubt about it. He's smooth fella. He really is smooth. And I think over the next couple of years, people are going to really start to realize that. You remember my career? It took people a long time. I used to get buried all the time. Like, such and such fella carried Sheamus to a great match. Sheamus had a good match because of this guy. This guy, you know.
Easy sitting on the couch. It's easy sitting on the couch.
You know, everyone's got an opinion, fella. You
What
know, it's got
can you say?
to roll with it.
This is the last question for today from Leo. He writes, why will it finally be the time for you to win the Intercontinental Championship this Saturday?
I mean, the stars are aligned, right? I mean, it has to. Like, this is it. It's all or nothing for me on Saturday. Like, I've got one-on-one opportunity, great opportunity at Saturday night's main event, and the plan is for me to go and take that last title. Like, there's a load of belts here, you know what I mean, and stuff here and all that behind me. But there's one title missing, and that's the Intercontinental Championship. So Sunday morning when I get back, I plan to put it right between those two US titles right there.
So speaking of Sunday morning, let me plug this for all the fans in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Ireland, all over Europe in general. You can watch Saturday night's main event on early Sunday morning at 2 a.m. on WWE's YouTube channel for free. Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship, the title that has eluded Sheamus for all of his career, the only title that you've never won. Is that an extra motivator? And how on fire are you in front going into this match?
I'm fired up. Like, fired up. Like, I've been talking about this for 5 years.
Mm.
Like the first title I ever watched, when I first watched WWE, I turned it on. It was Macho Man Randy Savage. The IC champ used to be the workhorse champion. Like at the time, Hogan was WWF champion, WWE champion, and you know, you wouldn't get to see him wrestle. Like you just see new interviews, and he wrestled very, very rarely. But was the IC champion that would basically be putting on the banger matches like every Saturday morning, and Savage was involved in them. Like he was, that's why it was called a workhorse title. And that was the first title like that him, his persona, that title, those matches with Steamboat and just coming out of the feud, kind of side feud with George the Animal Steel. It was kind of like it had me hooked, and I was just like I was really into it. So that's the ironic thing. I said on an interview on Monday, I said people have said I've had the perfect WWE career backwards by starting with the WWE title and then coming all the way down. So yeah, man, I need to finish the story. Like everyone talks about finishing their story, but this is something that needs to join this wall, the Wall of Fame.
What was that time around WrestleMania 3 kind of your starting point when you became a WWE fan?
Yeah, it was. It was I think just after 2, and then into 3. Yeah.
Awesome.
So after the Bundy stuff with Hogan and stuff, but yeah, it was 3 was really the one. I think it was just after 2, and then Mania 3 was the first Mania I really watched.
Andre versus Hogan, Steamboat versus Macho Man with George the Animal Steel, Elizabeth.
Yeah, we got to remember, like Andre Hogan was the draw, but Steamboat Savage was the one everyone was talking about.
It was the Gunther versus Sheamus match at Clash at the Castle.
Just it, brother. That's it. Break that glass ceiling, you know. Always got to prove yourself. Never rest. Never laying your, on your past glories. Never rely on that. Always just keep pushing forward. That's it. That's the key.
I will
for anyone.
Remember that
you're doing. For anyone out there watching, that's it. That's just the key. It's easy. Just always treat it like every day. Like just go ahead thinking like you haven't achieved anything, and you'll stay hungry for forever.
Listen to this man, guys. Write that down.
Or don't listen to me. Or don't. Whatever you want to do. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Sheamus, thank you so much.
Most important, remember, Celtic Warrior Workout is success because of all of you watching. It's success because of all your comments, because of how much you like the channel. It's a channel that's not driven by ego. It's a channel that's driven by sending a positive message and trying to get people who have stuck in a rut or are afraid to work out and give them an inspiration to work out. So for all you watching, I do appreciate everyone who's subscribed and watched, and please keep doing that. And for any superstars, male or female, that you want on the channel, remember, go into there, hit them up on Bleeding. I don't know if any of them read their DMs on Instagram, but go into like Twitter and just start like lashing them out. When are you going to be on Celtic Warrior Workouts? When are you be on? And again, I can go to this talent and I'd be like, listen, are you free next Monday morning before Raw to do a banger workout for the channel? And then it's easy. So it's up to you guys. You can help me out big time.
Banger after banger after banger, also in the gym.
Yeah, everywhere.
So, Sheamus, thank you so much for your time. It was really fun, and I hope you will come back someday, perhaps as the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know. I'd like to have you on as the Intercontinental Champion, have a championship caliber interview with you. Just saying.
That's the goal, fella. That's the goal. I'm always around,
Let's do it.
Whenever I'm home, I have a few hours here and there. But it's always good to speak to everyone in Deutschland. Again, we're planning to go back as well. We had a blast. So I know we've got some shows coming up there in March, and one in Dortmund too, which is exciting. So hopefully I'll get to see the facility and the stadium and everything, the yellow wall.
I'm always at your disposal for travel tips in Germany. Just hit me up. Just saying.
Well, I'll hit you up, dude. I'll hit you up, no problem. I'm excited to get back. But everyone, have a great weekend and launch it.
Thank you so much. This was Sheamus. You have a good day.
Finally got the volume working, huh? Really bad start. We're off to a really bad start. How did I close the thing?
The end was great. The end was great.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, fella.
Appreciate it.